Hi, I'm going to be talking about universal health care and why it should be implemented in the United States. Currently, it is not implemented in the United States, as we know, although many people want it to be and they want to vote in that direction to make sure that the United States has universal health care. So, universal health care is defined by the World Health Organization that as people having access to health services that they need when and where they need them without financial hardship. So, financial hardship is a big problem for a lot of these people. That's what is discouraging them from being able to receive health care. In the United States, currently, people primarily use private insurances, which cost a lot more compared to if the government were to step in and implement universal health care in the United States. So in 2018, 8.5% or 27.5 million people in the United States did not have health insurance at any point in the year. And if you really think about this, that's a really scary fact because let's say that you get in an accident, you break a bone, you get in a car accident, something happens to you, and they're afraid to go to the hospital to get the medical attention that they need due to the fact that a single hospital bill could completely alter someone's life, right? Like a single hospital bill could completely change someone's lifestyle and ensure that they might have to, get a mortgage on their house or give up the job that they're currently working to try to pay more bills or to make these huge lifestyle changes just because of an accident that happened to them, which is really, really unfortunate and should not be happening in the United States. So, what has caused or contributed to the problem of having universal health care in America, why we need it, right? So some people's jobs don't have employee benefits such as health insurance. If you look at jobs such as in retail or being a server or low-level jobs, you might think, oh, those are just for high schoolers, right? They're still under their parents' insurance. It's fine. There's no reason that these jobs need to be providing health insurance. And maybe you're right. Maybe these minimum wage jobs don't need to be providing health insurance, but you have to keep in mind that there are people that are trying to sustain their families by working these jobs, right? So they have to be able to provide health insurance either by the government, they just won't have health insurance if they're working these jobs. And that stems from like poverty, right? So there's a whole poverty cycle where people are unable to get health care due to the fact that, they can't afford it. And so what happens is people that are mainly in poverty are the ones that need the medical attention the most, right? Because if you look at this whole cycle, if you look at food that is more nutritional, that will be able to provide some kind of ability to your body to not have to go through all these surgeries and whatnot later in life. Nutritional food costs more. People in poverty are not able to afford it. And so, in turn, you get these endless cycles of not being able to stay healthy because you're in poverty. You might be in bad housing conditions, bad working conditions, all these things that attribute to bad health. And in turn, these people are not able to take care of their bad health because they cannot afford medical insurance or they are working for a job that does not provide health insurance. So, due to the lacking healthcare system in the United States and the lack of regulations that are on poor communities, many people in these places end up with far more health concerns and issues. And so they in turn spend more money on medical bills and they're just not able to afford them. So, what can we do to help this plan to implement universal health care in the United States? And for this, you really got to look at countries that have already implemented this, such as in the UK or in Canada. However, with the United States, you have to think about our large population and how a government regulated universal healthcare system would affect an entire population. Obviously, taxes would increase and people might not be able to get the medical attention that they seek right away. That's some of the problems that these countries that do have universal healthcare that they have implemented, these are some of the problems that they're facing, right? So I think for the United States, something that we should be able to implement is maybe one step at a time, right? Maybe help those in poverty first to come out of the cycle of poverty. So that way it's just a one-time payment and we never have to worry about really helping them again once we're able to get them out of that cycle. For example, if you look at the Canadian country or government that has implemented universal health care, you see that Canada has the most consumer satisfaction when it comes to their health care. However, they are still wanting to, I believe, 26% of them that took a survey really want to change the healthcare system implemented and to have it in smaller steps, right? So maybe we can't just push an entire universal healthcare system through the government at the United States at once. Maybe it might be too much, but we can do it in small steps that help the people that really need it the most. So, and I correct myself. 56% people agreed that in a survey, not 26%. So overall, yes, the taxes would increase, but in the overall grand scheme of things, if you were to just like make this one-time payment for people that are really suffering and that cannot afford to get a surgery or to get some medical attention that they seek, you got to think of the cons and the pros here and what you're really paying for in the end, like at the end of the day. So, in conclusion, universal healthcare should be implemented in the United States so that people no longer have to fear about losing their livelihood over a simple medical bill. So, I really hope that resonates with you, and I want you to think about just the emotional toll that it would take if you walk into a hospital or a doctor's office and you're not able to pay your medical bill. I know a lot of us out there are very blessed to be able to have insurance, but you really got to think about those that are outside of your bubble that don't have those blessings that we do. So, just something to think about. Thank you.